Hello, Hon.
Hello.
Hello.
我好濕啊！
嚇？
洗衫一日都冇乾過。
落水係咪嗰度？
係啊，唔係啊，去香港係好濕嘅地方。
OK。係都唔係你雖然已經夠濕咗，香港
唔
仲濕。
係啊，香港唔係 humidity 好高嘅。
哦。
咦？ Mi-Chelle. Hi, Mi-Chelle.
Hi.
Can I test? Can you please speak up a little bit? I'm testing your volume.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Oh, very sexy. Very good. All right. We need to test the volume. Earlier on, we tested. It was a little bit up and down. So we just make sure everything runs properly. All right. A very good afternoon, my fellow friends. Today is the 25th of November, 2022. And today also marks the conclusion of the best practices on enhancing students' experience series 1. This is series 1. There is more to come. Next semester, there's another, next year, there's going to be another series. For today, it's very unique. Today, we have with us today Miss Leong Mi-Chelle, who is going to speak on how our common modules build our graduate attributes. Now, as you know, Mi-Chelle is also one of our main champions in regards to blended learning and also everything to do with technology. So, ladies and gentlemen, you will be amazed with what you're going to see today. So, Mi-Chelle, the floor is yours.
That was a really quick one. You are really asking me to hurry, and so everybody will have a long weekend, right? That you have been waiting for. Right. So good afternoon, everyone. You don't see me, I know, but I hope you see me now. Can you see me? Yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
nice to see pretty faces and
Yes,
smiling.
yes, we can see you loud and clear, Mi-Chelle, loud and clear.
Okay, awesome. So thank you very much for this opportunity to share, and an honor to be the last one to wrap up everything today here. So I'm going to talk about how our common modules build our graduate attributes. So what I'm sharing here will be something that probably some of you have already known, but maybe some are still a bit like, I'm not too sure what are common modules, because I think I still come across some colleagues who are still not very sure what is considered common modules. Yeah. So I guess you know graduate attributes. Yes, no, everyone here? Not many of you here today. Can I test you how many graduate attributes are there? Anyone? 6.
16.
Okay, right. 16. 16, Prof. Hon will beat your backside already. Okay, so 6. And do you know what are the 6 graduate attributes? I hope you know them by heart, yeah? So technically, graduate attributes are the characteristics that we like to see in all our students when they leave us. These are the skills that are required in the 21st century, perhaps also well into the 22nd century, if we can see that far. So these are our graduate attributes. First one is intellectual competency. Second one is professional acumen. Number 3, effective communication skills. 4, creative critical thinking and problem solving abilities. 5, entrepreneurial spirit. And 6, global mindset. So what do we do in our common modules, and how do we try to build students' graduate attributes through our common modules? So for colleagues, if you are not very clear about common modules that we have here in UOW Malaysia KDU, have a look at this table here. So these are the common modules that we have. Basically, common modules are made up of the MPU courses, which are the compulsory courses, and they are divided into 4 types. You have U1, U2, U3, U4. So U1 are the type where there are stated or mandated that we have to carry out as it is. We have no choice by the ministry. Whereas U2, U3, U4, they are categories that we can choose what we want to deliver, but there are a set of criteria that we have to follow. So these are the courses that are in our foundation programs. But in Penang, we do not have MPU courses in foundation. So these are only applicable in the foundation courses offered at UG. So for diploma, these are the courses that we have for all diploma programs across the campuses. And these are the ones that are for degree. So in all of these courses that you see here, there are, each one will have their own building blocks that help develop the graduate attributes. But after learning all the little things from different courses, the one course that really allows students to demonstrate their knowledge and their skills of what we put down as our graduate attributes would be the course Global Social Responsibility. So that is the course that I'm going to share with you today from our MPU courses and also English courses. So I'm going to share with you here Global Social Responsibility, which are projects basically done by the students based on the SDGs. So every semester students are there is actually not much of a lecture that goes on for this course. It's basically for students to come together to come up with a project based on one of the goals. So each semester, students will decide on one or two of the SDGs that they would like to focus on, and then from there, develop a project and then implement it, and then do a reflection report. So what I'm going to show you here is what students have done in the previous semester, May 2022 semester, and students actually voted for Zero Hunger, SDG 2, and also Good Health and Well-being, SDG 3. So these are some of the students' work that they have done. You can see here for this one is Furry Lives Matter, and they have worked with SPCA to come up with their fundraising project. They also obtained some funding, some sponsorship from SPCA as well as other bodies, and then merchandise from SPCA where they sold and then generate income, or rather known as donation for SPCA. So we also have this students work with Hope, Hot Dogs for Charity. These are all for Zero Hunger, Have Faith in Hunger, where we had a talk by the Buddhist 30 Merit Society, then Rainbow's Paradise, and also Mr. and Mrs. Donut, where they also work with KFC Hope Society. So for the Good Health and Well-being, students also similarly had various activities, such as blood donation drive. They also had talks on depression and also how to lead a healthy lifestyle, talk about fitness, where they had some on-campus activities, which I'll show you later on. Then I also did a workshop on creating a bar soap. So these are some of the activities that were done during, I think, sometime in July, 25th July. So each team came up with their own project and their own ideas of how they want to raise funds, and they also work with one NGO, like the one that I've mentioned, SPCA, Hope, and so on. So what they do is they set up their booth and they sold merchandise, handicraft, and also food. And on top of that, they also generated sponsorship from other agencies and bodies. So they set up the booth together on the same day. All of them, I think they were all together, if I'm not wrong, 13 to 15 groups of students, about 10 in each group. So some were in Georgetown, some were in Batu Kawan. So here in these pictures, those that you are seeing are in Georgetown. So students also had a pre-ordered drive where they sold their food items beforehand, and all in all, for the entire event, they have generated about 3,000 ringgit that is to be donated to all the NGOs that they have worked with. So this is another one where they work with a fitness center to provide some health and fitness activities for the students and also staff on campus. So after doing all these events, right, students will also need to submit their report. They submit their report in terms of the revenue that they have generated, and also the money that they have donated to the NGO and the money that they have spent. So in addition to all this, they have a reflection report to talk to us, to tell us about what they have learned, what kind of challenges that they have overcome. So here is one short video to share with you. Can you hear the sound?
No, Mi-Chelle, we cannot. Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Play
can
it again.
already.
Yeah, let's
Try.
no. No. That was not the video. That was Dr. Yap.
That was Dr. Yap's voice.
I made to make up the voice, man.
No, we are unable to hear.
Where they are, just 1 minute. I think I need to share the video directly. Gabriel, can you let me share?
Yes, of course. Go ahead. Oh, you can't. Hold on. I need to run to Hazim's table.
Okay.
While you're waiting, Mi-Chelle,
Yes.
I have questions. I don't know whether you will cover in your presentation. I have 2 questions. I'm not very sure you will cover on presentation. One question is the 6 attributes. Which are the common causes that are to each of the attributes? Were you presenting?
Not really. I won't
attribute.
really be having. Sorry. Hello.
I said there are 6 attributes. Which are the common causes that link a particular attribute?
Which are the causes
answer, right?
Which are the causes that had links all the attributes?
One cause not link all the attributes. Which are the causes that link to a particular attribute? You have 6. I think when you have the answer, maybe perhaps at the end you can say that. That is my first question. And how many causes? And what's the kind of percentage of the common causes in the curriculum? I was told that it's 30%. So can you confirm that? The second question is, how do you assure, we say the 6 attributes actually characterize the graduates of UWK. And actually, I was initiating, I initiated in 2019 the implementation of these 6 attributes. And the reason why I initiated was there are too many courses at the time. It's 1,050 courses in the group. So, 48% the classes 10 students. So I thought if you have common courses, you reduce the number of classes is better, the price is better, and then you will have efficiency. But more so is actually also fulfilling the Malaysian Higher Education Blueprint, which says that you should each institution characterize your own graduates, and the way to characterize is of course to set the graduate attributes. So my second question is, how do you assure our graduates actually they have some level of this kind of understanding in the 6 attributes? Otherwise, it's just on paper, that we set these 6 attributes, and then I assume that you teach them, okay, in your curriculum. I assume that. But how do you assure they have certain level of this kind of knowledge, to characterize them? That is my second question. Maybe we have not done that part yet. Maybe there is something for future. So over to you, Mi-Chelle.
Okay, Jennifer. Right. I think some
You can
parts
share.
of your question, right? Thank you, Gabe. I think some parts of your question will be answered through the video that I'm about to share with you.
Okay.
Okay, can you see the video?
No, we cannot.
No. Don't see the video now?
No. No.
I think my connection is not good here. Because this morning when we had the Senate also, it's not, it keep on breaking. Okay, let me just try again, yeah?
There are visuals, but it is not playing.
Just trying. Wait, it's very slow, yeah. Any sound?
No.
Ah,
Visuals are not moving also.
okay. Let me just stop sharing. A minute. Now? Gabriel?
No, nothing, Mi-Chelle. Can I suggest maybe we may want to skip the video and you just
Yep.
narrate
Yep.
what are the findings through the video itself and what this particular student actually learned from
Yep.
it. Thank you.
Wait, I need to turn off the video. Right, so Jennifer, to answer your question just now, regarding how do we ensure that students actually really know the things that we want them to know, or really have the characteristics that we want them to practice, right? So one of the things that if you had the opportunity to see the video is we get the students to do their reflection report, and in their reflection report, the students commented on the challenges that they had and how they overcome those challenges. So that actually works, that actually shows their creative critical thinking and problem solving abilities, which is our graduate attribute number 4. So in addition to that, the way that they have communicated with the externals, be it the NGO or the community or the people who came to buy things from them and all, that actually shows their effective communication skills, which is graduate attribute number 3. the effective communication skills is not only just in terms of the speaking skills, but it's also the written skills that they need to write a letter of invitation to sponsors, to speakers that they want to invite for, for whatever talks that they want to do. So this also demonstrates their effective communication skills. And the part earlier when I mentioned that they need to come up with their idea, what they want to do, that actually demonstrates their entrepreneurial skills. And the global mindset part is where, like I've mentioned earlier, this particular project that they do, it must be related to one of the SDGs, which is a global issue that they are trying to solve.
You have frozen, Mi-Chelle?
That, yeah, yep.
Okay. Okay, you're back. Welcome back. You froze.
I think it's my connection. I'm really sorry. I think like I'm actually on my cable, but I don't know why. Even like I said this morning, there's the pre-Senet. Half the time I'm like chopping off everything.
I think
So what did you hear and what did you not hear?
we heard mainly everything, and maybe I just want to add in a little bit of what Mi-Chelle has said. What Mi-Chelle has said was basically just one of the common modules. There are numerous common modules, and there's another one called Professional Development Skills, PDS. Well, PDS is another common modules that has been taken by all the diploma students. And over there, we are looking at things such as like even entrepreneurial spirit, communication, and critical thinking. So all of these individual common modules create the jigsaw. Some will cover these three, some will cover these two, some will cover this, and it encompasses all of these six graduate attributes. Now, the common modules are not the only modules that cover these six graduate attributes. All the other modules, the lecturers have been informed to integrate in their delivery in such that it will also stress upon these six elements. May not be all six, but a few of them. So I just give you one example. My colleague over here, Kaldip, she's teaching mathematics to A-level students. If you look at A-level students, mathematics is very much to learn. It's very theoretical. So when we had a discussion, she asked me, Gabe, how do I integrate graduate attributes in mathematics? Things such as like communication skill. So in our discussion, what we did was she got her students to actually explain the flow of mathematics. So students do presentation. A-level students do presentation on mathematics itself. So this actually touches on the third element, which is communication skill. And what she has attained is it is effective. There are some students who do very well, some students who just cannot present. So at least they slowly learn that even in A levels, these kind of aspects are also critical, very important. Yeah. Mi-Chelle, sorry.
Right. Thank you very much for helping me to top up. So in terms of how many percent there, I think it's like what Gabriel has explained, because there are other courses, the core courses that actually also help build the graduate attributes. So it's quite hard for me to tell or to calculate the exact percentage. But as I've shown just now in my table, those courses are the courses that are embedded in the foundation, the diploma, and the degree programs. So
I guess what I was asking is the percentage of the core curriculum in the full curriculum. Is that 30%? I think.
11
across the same levels is 15%. That's been
Across
across all diploma, across all degrees, only 15%, 1-5. Across the same discipline is 30%. So these common modules that Mi-Chelle is talking about is across the same levels. So it's only 1-5. That means all the students of the diploma will have to take these sets of modules. Yeah. So it's 1-5.
The diploma student are very complicated. The diploma student, they are same level, right? A diploma in whatever, and then diploma A, diploma B, diploma C. But there are also of the same discipline.
Yep. So
They
those who are
can be-
same discipline will be 30%. But this group that Mi-Chelle mentioned, the common across one is only 15.
So you actually split diploma, undergrad, is it? That's how you do, right?
Diploma is diploma, bachelor level is bachelor level. So across all diploma is 15% for this group of common modules. But for example, diploma in business and diploma in accountancy, which is the same discipline, then they will have minimum of 30%.
But the other question, the 6 attributes were actually given by me in 2019.
Yeah.
But actually, when you look at it, almost all universities go for these 6 attributes, nothing special. So maybe, in future, we have to think how to characterize our KDU graduates to be more special, when they graduate, the employers like them, the university take them for food, like them. But all these 6 attributes, these are very common. Every university is talking about it. But I think in future, maybe we should discuss further, how to refine this so that they're really special.
Yeah.
Or a bit special.
I will try to answer your question, Jennifer. So all these graduate attributes are also part of the learning outcomes that actually MQA wants to achieve. Yeah. And if you follow that, everyone will pass if they graduate. So pass means 50%. So in a way, everybody should be just 50%. But what we do here is we pay a lot more focus on how to build the unique attributes, like for example, entrepreneurship, communications. We actually put a lot more efforts, like we put in efforts in how to make the subjects really more project-based, and students will have these attributes more enhanced. So I would proudly say that, if you compare our graduates to other institution graduates, so most of our students should be able to achieve at least 60% to 70% of what we claim. I think that is the key. But how unique or how characteristic is, I personally feel that if we put our student compared to other students, of course, the above average student, they will stand out. You will be proud of them. That's how I feel. Yeah. But if you really want to have a very unique one, then we really have to think what will be the unique attributes that everyone else don't have. It's something that I think we all try to think, but nobody can really dare to say this is the only unique one. Yeah.
Difficult.
Yeah, difficult. Yeah. But we do try. I would say our students do stand out if you compare them to some other institutions, because we don't just want them to achieve 50%. We hope they will actually achieve more. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mi-Chelle?
All right.
Over back to you.
That's all.
Oh, you're done.
Actually, yeah, because my video cannot mine.
Maybe this is a good time we open questions for our colleagues, just in case they will have any questions or contribution. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who have any questions for Mi-Chelle or would like to share some of your findings or what you have done, feel free.
Send your video to me. I see whether can play here or not.
Very big. Sorry. Any questions, anyone? Everybody, I think, is waiting to go home, or not. Long weekend. Finally, after waiting for so many days, right?
We have Prime Minister, right? No, I was just.
It's not a question; it's a comment. One of the things that I realized in the MQA requirement in Malaysia for bachelor degrees, they require internship. Is it?
Yep.
It's a must, right? It's a must. MUST. Yep. It's a must. In Hong Kong, it's not. Okay. So I think the MQA in this respect is more advanced because the internship would actually push the students to many of the things like critical, real world problems, communication skills, to know how to work with other people, to have global mindset and so on. So this is one thing. The other thing is, did the MQA require a bachelor degree student to have, is it compulsory to have a final year project?
That one not for all discipline, but most. Some they might allow so-called optional, but almost all. Yeah.
Required, like it's like how many credits if it is a final year project? Is it equivalent to one course or two courses?
About 2. So it's actually range from 4 to 10 kind of things. Yeah. So it's up to the courses.
This is also more advanced than Hong Kong. You know, in Hong Kong, they actually allow individual institution to propose. You want to have internship or not, or you want to have a final year project. But very often in the accreditation, because accreditation in Hong Kong is usually accredited by people from overseas. Some from Hong Kong, but that's why it's so expensive to accredit a bachelor degree program. Malaysian money is about 160,000. Accreditation, you only pay 5,000, right?
About 10,000. About 10,000.
Hong Kong is paying 300,000 Hong Kong because of all these overseas people coming, and then they're on business class, hotels, and so on. So however, they did not require, which I feel is an advancement in, it's better. But having said that, if every program there's a compulsory requirement to do internship, is it easy for institutions to work with the employers, to give all these placements? You see?
It's in Malaysia is because it's already practiced by almost everyone for a long period of time. I think they started this thing back in 2009, 10 that time. I think when they have started a program standard, so it's getting easier because everybody is doing it. But when you first start, it's also tough. Yeah.
Are the students paid for internship in Malaysia?
Recommend to pay, but not compulsory. Yeah.
But do they pay?
Most of them will pay a minimum sum lah. Yeah.
In Hong Kong, very often what happens is very difficult to get placements for students. So many employers are not paying, but the institutions themselves pay. Making the institution very heavy burden. Like we pay at least, the transportation cost of the students to go to work, and then,
Wow.
easier to do education business in Malaysia.
Can I add something?
Yes.
Sure.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. With regards to internship, I just wanted to share with you all that our business students really stand out. Now, the reason being why they stand out is because of our internship regime. That means before the student go out to apply for jobs, whatever, we already make sure that the rocks turn to diamond, meaning that we sort out their CV, and then we teach them how to shake hand. When you shake your hand, KK will tell you, fail. You have to clasp properly, he said. He will scold them, and tell them and how they should show that they are really, some confident, at their interviews, and then what they should do and all that during, their initiative and all that. So when we ourselves, as all of us are assigned to each student as a internship supervisor, and we are required to either go to the site or we call. So we have experience to call the employers to ask them, hey, how is our graduate, how is our intern doing? So they will be telling us lah, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what are some suggestions and all that. So we have seen many good points about the enthusiasm of our students, you know, notwithstanding what is their CGPA. And you'll be surprised that those with the below 3, are all very good at work, you know. But the other way around, those that are, you know, higher CGPA, they are probably just book smart and they just follow instruction only. So you see, this is how we convert our own students to really fulfill the graduate attributes, you know, what they, and in fact, some of the things that they do in internship were not taught, you know, in some of the subjects. So we teach them in internship on behavior, on how to, you know, have initiative to find out what to do next. You know, I got one student that I interviewed, the employer is Mak Saleh lah, and he said Mak Saleh is Caucasian lah. So he said to me that I've never met an intern like this, with, you know, who is really daring to speak up and ask the right questions. You know, most of our other interns, I've worked in Malaysia for 10 years and I've seen many interns, but your intern actually stand out because, you know, of his knowledge and the way he asks questions. So I'm really proud to see that. Of course, we have some bad apples, but generally, I can tell you at least 80% of our students stand out there because of this.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's my comment.
Thanks,
I also
Nora.
see your
Yeah.
students really stand out because I work in both places, and I also work in Hong Kong. And the Hong Kong students are very quiet because a lot of pressure, you know, that they feel that many people are judging them when they're talking. But Malaysians are very free and wow. So which is
Wow.
good, which is good, you know, they're not scared, you know. So very good, yeah. And I like your answer, Mi-Chelle, when you talk about how you fulfill the graduates when the students do the projects. You know, they sustainable development goals is one aspect of pushing them to think a little bit about global citizenship. And also, you know, they are forced to write letters to the employer and to communicate when the public visits their booth. So that is the communication skills, and they have to work really on the topic, which is actually their own discipline knowledge. So that's how you think of, actually you are thinking of a way to embed the teaching of the graduate attributes in a way. You know. So I also think the Malaysian graduates, and I also think the Malaysian staff are very outstanding. Not only the students, the staff are very outstanding. You know, you guys talk so well. You know, Hong Kong people, they may be very good at work, but they're very quiet. You know, generally speaking, you will know, you know, they're usually more reserved. I think it's because of the culture also, you know. You are as colorful as the Malaysian politics.
Mi-Chelle? Mi-Chelle, you are Zahid. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I think that what makes us unique in our organization, our organization per se itself. Are there any questions from the others? Anybody want to highlight? Thank you, Nora. Very good insight. I believe for business school, KK, which is one of the key staff that looks into the industrial placement, is a key individual. That gentleman is able to relate very well to the students, and I myself have observed his class. And let me tell you, it is important for us, even as educators, to observe his class because I learn a lot from him also. I really do. So this is very good, and I believe a lot to do with the sharing aspect. Regardless of who you are, you're the senior staff who have been teaching for 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, going to retire tomorrow. But it is good for us to go in, learn from our colleagues, because there are a lot of good practices that has been done, even by the young. And when we, with our experience and with what we see, and we blend them together, and we will be even better. That is something that is very important. Any other questions? Okay, if they are not, I think this is one of those days where we all know Monday is a holiday. So the mind, 60% is already planning for what is going to happen on Monday. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for all your support and all the attention given to the past 9 series, 9 sections that we actually had. And this is only series version 1. Come next year, there's going to be a series version 2, which we are going to take a little bit of a new twist over there.
Can I say something?
Yes,
Gabriel?
please.
Before your series 2,
Ah.
I have actually spoken to Horn. You know, take a little bit of time to talk about student enrollment. The target for this year, 2022, the target was 2,200. Okay, but we achieved 1,599. Okay, so 1,006. So way from, I'm talking about financial target. I'm not talking about marketing target, which is even bigger. So very difficult it's very important that we meet the target, that we get the revenue that we have planned for, you know, so that there is resources for development. Very important, because government not giving you money. Okay, so but however, because there are 20 public universities and these guys are getting into private education, Shankar has done a paper. Maybe at one point in time, Shankar should present that to colleagues. 6 universities, public universities, are doing, you know, private education at, I think, about half our price. And they have good QS ranking, they have good facilities, good teacher profile. So what is that left for us, you know? So, and then there are 53 private universities and 33 university colleges. So in a way, you know, we are in a pool of 100 institutions, and we are not at the top. So difficult lah, you know, to get local student, very difficult, you know. So even though Mitch try, I do think that the marketing team try their best to, you know, think of whatever they can to boost up the brand, to get attraction, and so on. International student should be our focus, easier to me. But of course, like, you know, up to college to think. I think it's easier to get international students than to grow international students than local students. Okay, currently our international student recruitment is only 200 something. COVID years, non-COVID years, 300 something per year. And our local students constitute the bulk of it, out of 1,006. So 1,300 something is local student. But I think the proportion will change. Okay. So the next year's target is 2,327 students. There is something, it's not invented by me, okay? It's invented by our parent institution. They want certain things. We are part of a group. When the group submitted a total number to the board, and then Dubai, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Australia will be part of the puzzle to fulfill that target. So next year, our target is 2,327, okay? So, but how to get 2,327? Now it's only 1,006, you know. So how to do it? Okay. So I have put up 6 strategies. Okay. Strategy number 1. Okay, mobility student. Even though Mi-Chelle got a big contribution in this, thank you, Mi-Chelle. From May until now, we have until December 701 mobility students. This 701 actually pay like 20% of a full-time student. So in a way, 701 times 20% gives you a full-time equivalent of 140 students. So that's strategy number one. Next year, our mobility student is going to be 1,004, okay? So which will give 280 students to try to help alleviate niche problem, okay? And very difficult to get, not realistic to get local market. So mobility student. The other strategy, just to share with you, but I want to talk about the next series. The other strategy is this local public universities are going to be very big, and that will be the trend for future years. And that is the biggest threat for us, to me. That is the best, because I have witnessed the development in Hong Kong. Same thing now, you know, this public university, they want to get more money. They go into private education. Their teaching profile is so good, you know, teacher profile so good, their research profile so good, their facility so good, a lot of cross subsidies involved, okay? So they're going to grab the market, okay? You cannot compete with them, no way. But I feel that when you cannot compete with them, you might as well collaborate with them. Try to get a bit of their pie. So that's what BK is doing, you know, collaborating with USM. And I want to ask everyone school to go back to your alma mater, your which one you get your master degree or PhD, ask for collaboration and run their programs. Okay, so this will be a development trend that you cannot avoid. Strategy number 3, we don't go and admit one by one student, too slow. Okay, we do by cohorts, and that's why we sign many articulation agreements with China, and they do their 2 years in China and then come here. They do their first year in China and come here to do 2 years. So it's by cohorts, and Caleb is doing a lot of those things together with Prof. Hill. Okay, so strategy number 4, okay, you know, all these polytechnics, some of their students are not employable. So the government give them money to do additional short certificate to upscale them into the employment market. So our colleges should go into all this upscaling certificate, you know, to put them into the employment market. So there are 6 strategies. What I'm trying to say is I already said to Han, and I've already got some statistics from Mi-Chelle, from Mitch, doing mobility programs. Next year, the number is 1,400. I know Mi-Chelle, FPT is 600, I know that, okay? But there are some from Thailand, some from Japan. So added up in our budget, it's already in the budget, you know, 1,004. But I have asked Han, every school, there are many schools in Penang and many in Selangor. Each one take a lead to do one mobility program with whichever institution you want to do overseas. And that one also enhance your own reputation. And the minimum is 50 students. And this is something actually academic departments should always do. You know, bring in overseas students to join your local student to make your local student more exciting, you know, to excite them. You know, it's good to work to be in the same class with other international students. So Han, I want you to run a series of each school presenting their idea of the mobility program. Make it real. See which school ready first lah, man. You get Mi-Chelle to talk first. Okay, Mi-Chelle already got 600. Okay, you get Mitch to talk number 2. Mitch already got some sign up for Thailand, and then the school to talk. So we add up the number. So I have 6 strategies. I want to, I'm now doing the paper line. I'm very busy doing the paper for presentation. After I've done the paper, I like to call a meeting like that to explain to staff, you know, how we're going through all this rough landscape. And then I will ask Shankar to talk about, you know, this public universities guy disturb the market. They shouldn't. They're using cross subsidies. I actually have talked to the Australian High Com because the foreign secretary, a foreign assistant secretary of Australia actually visited Malaysia 1 month ago. And then there was a forum of 10 people or 12 people, and I was one of them. And she was trying to say that the free trade agreement between Australia and Malaysia was signed in 2015, and they want to review it. And that document is like 200 pages, but I spotted on education, nothing must say, only one thing say that starting from year 2015, Australian companies can own 100% of entities, education entities. So that was the only thing, but mainly is on commercial companies. But I was invited, you know, for that forum, what to review. So I also spotted in the agreement, there was something called competition policy. That like I and you go and sign an agreement, country A and country B, but you make sure that when we are in good terms, friendly terms, I promote you, you promote me, but you're not going to play against me, okay? So this competition policy saying that, you know, you invite Australian companies to come, but you don't go and do everything that is against competition. And I brought up the point of public university disturbing the market. So I asked her to highlight that to Mi-Chelle, but actually it's no use on that. It's MOHE. I tell you, in 2019, when we acquired the college, okay, when we acquired the college in 2019, MOHE did not even know that Australian companies can acquire entities 100%, force us to include local people. So you know, the government laws, when they have instituted, they were not communicated to each other. But as I say, when you cannot compete, you better collaborate in order to survive. So there are 2 series I want to run for 2023. One is the mobility program, which is very interesting. You know, you guys got very good ideas, what you want to do. And I hope it will be mobility program from different countries that will add colors to UW, Malaysia, KTU, not all from China, you know, some from where and this country, and you know, so that we can learn about how people, the cultures of different country, okay, mobility. And the second series I want to run is how you collaborate with local public university to offer their programs. And the #1 person to invite to talk about this, ask BK Chong to talk about this, because she already signed with, BK, are you here? You already signed with USM. BK is not here. So
Miss Jennifer, Prof Chong couldn't make it today. She has sent her apologies.
So ask her to present how she signed this thing. She signed
Mi-Chelle
first
will do
with the USM, she signed with the IT department, but now she's talking with the business department and the engineering department. But apart from USM, go to other places, you know, to talk. You know, these guys, they don't want to do so much, but they want the market. So you ask them to let you do, you know, with their brand name, can get students. So I think that is something also, you know, we should be more flexible. So the second series should be how we collaborate with public universities in getting student recruitment. So over to you, you know, Hon and Gabriel to organize the first series, the mobility. #1, get Mi-Chelle to talk first, easy. She got all the data. #2, get Mish to talk. He got all the data also. And then later get the schools to talk. Is that okay, Hon?
Yeah, we will work out something and then we will share out
I
the
think
list
it's
for
more
next week.
interesting, you know, like a forum like that, like we all learn from each other.
Yeah.
Okay, today I learned something special that, you know, you ask students to do the sustainable development goals, which make them touch on the aspect of global. So, you know, this is something, a clever way to do things. Okay. Sorry, taking your time now, you know, taking all your time. You're the moderator. Over back to you, Gabriel.
No worries, Miss Jennifer, no worries. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I think it is clear that this already sets the pathway for 2023. It is always good for us to have a goal in sight, and I believe the goal is already there for us. Speaking of goals, it is the World Cup season, so please do not forget evenings, 6 p.m., 9 p.m., 12 p.m., and also 3 a.m. There are many matches, and those are actually goals also. All right, so without further ado, thank you very much. Have a very good extended weekend and stay safe. Bye-bye.